I'm still thinking from the Rolling Stones here, but all right. It's the first show, and it may not go well, so we'll see how it goes. Please allow me to introduce AlexDeCourville. All right, Alex. I'm Alex too, but no relation. All right, so why do you make movies? That's one of the things I was wondering about, you know.
Yeah, I feel like my default answer is sort of what I always jokingly tell people what Harrison Ford told people when he got into acting, failure in every other subject. But a lot of it comes down to, like, I've always, like, loved storytelling, like, even when I was a kid, and admittedly, this kind of hurt my popularity with other people. I wasn't always the most. I realized as an adult this was kind of a turn off for a lot of my classmates when I was younger. But always loved storytelling. When I was a kid, I remember I wanted to draw comics. That interest shifted into as my interests shifted more into movie making. Or excuse me, as my interests shifted into movies, my interests, I thought that would be a better use of my talents to go into movie making.
Okay. When did you I got involved in making movies as a little kid too. My sister used to write stories, and my brother would go out and play basketball. He like hurt one knee, so I said, like, I'm not doing that. I like sports anyway because I like people. So like sports, you got to have a team, and like, I don't want to hang on people. So I started like writing stories like a little kid and stuff, like stories like 4 or 5 years old. I'm writing like the Space Kids and everything, So where was your first movie though?
First movie I ever made was a student project. In 8th grade, my art teacher turned the class from a traditional art class to a movie making class.
Oh.
And she told everyone that they had to make a film on the subject of freedom. And basically we
wow.
Yeah. Basically the idea we came up with was basically a world where people had like limitless freedom, but basically the idea of freedom without responsibility.
Okay.
And
that's a deep little subject for kids and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a deep subject.
I just think I was other day myself. The supplementary center where I acted and played and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I played the cop. I've been playing cops a lot lately. But when did you start getting into you do you put yourself in the movie? So how do you cast yourself and decide this is a good role for me, but making sure that you can do the role, but at the same time having the challenges of doing a role?
Well, a lot of it came from I think a lot of it just comes from I had this discussion with a friend recently. He was talking about how a lot of how more and more animators are playing their own characters on cartoon shows, sort of like how Seth MacFarlane does a lot of the voices on Family Guy.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking, I feel like and he wondered why so many cartoonists do that. And from personal experience, for me it feels like getting the thing from here to the screen. I mean, I feel like sometimes if you want to do things, you gotta do them yourself.
Oh yeah.
As the person who wrote my projects, I know how, or at least I have an idea of how I want lines to be said, how I want characters to behave. So it's a matter I have to be the one. So, because I also love acting as well, and sometimes, and for me, it's just a matter of if I want the way the way I embody
the character to go, right?
The way I want the character to go, then I gotta be the one to do it.
Okay. Very interesting. First, actually, we've been in a couple of movies. We're Terminal together, but we've never actually had a scene together in the movie, which is really wild, you know.
Right.
I loved your Terminal. That you're really, really good. I'm hoping that like this. Tell you what, I'm gonna like stop the recording. Then I might go back to it though, and call you back with it. But I want to see like if it actually recorded, because that's the whole thing with this. Like you're the first test subject,
Right.
so like this is like the first break, and then I'll like hit you back up, and then we'll come back after.
It says it's recording on my side.
Yes, it says it's recording, but we'll.
That's
you know,
a good
with technical stuff, you always want to make sure that it does record. So we'll come back after the break and see that record. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll come back after the break and I'll hit you back up for the thing. Okay. All right.
All right.
Talk to you later.